Okay, imagine this. A best friend everywhere you turn. Endless amounts of tortillas and queso. And a sunny day no matter what time of the year it is. This is what it was like being raised in El Paso, Texas. My name is Stephanie Fraire. I am a Hispanic girl raised by a crazy family and have been blessed with many great opportunities in life. I have often been described as outgoing, compassionate, strong-minded, and a child at heart. As Lilo and Stitch have told us all, Ohana means family, and family means nobody gets left behind or forgotten. Well, my family would definitely be hard to forget. To understand who I am, you need to know the story of my parents. They were both from El Paso and grew up together. When I was 5-6 years old, my parents split up. I can still remember all the fights, all the crying, and all the confusion. Unfortunately, this was something that would become permanent in my life. My father remains a distant light in my life. But my mom, well, she became my friend, my guardian angel. She has always pushed me to become more than a statistic and will be my role model for being an independent and strong person. Being the youngest was always hard, but I wouldn't trade my 2 sisters and brother in the world for anything. They were my rocks through the tough times, and they understood the anger I harbored for our father. That's probably the reason why I hold such a high value on family unity. I remember as a child feeling robbed. I had a father who walked away and a mother who worked all the time to support her family. Thankfully, my mother's siblings stepped in and filled that void in my life. I found myself having 4 mother-like figures, 4 uncle dads as I would call them, and 16 more brothers and sisters. I was blessed. I was never bored. They were all my best friends. Sleepovers, family trips to Disneyland, Cayman Island, Mexico, Puerto Rico. This was the kind of stuff I lived for. 38 Mexicans all together. It was a non-stop party. It is crazy, but it's the kind of life that made me who I am. In Spanish, we say todo para la familia, all for the family. I now strive to give back to my family what they have given to me. Once I graduated from high school, it was off to Texas A&M University I go. I left behind a huge group of Mexicans, some great friends, and a ballroom dance team that I will never forget. It was hard at first. I hated being 11 hours away from everyone. I even cried. I remember breaking out in hives the day of my new student conference from being so nervous. It was so embarrassing, but I then found my way to a great new world. At first, I joined the Texas A&M salsa dancing team, but I had to step down and focus on my studies, freshman year, you know. Later on, I rushed my sorority Gamma Phi Beta, and I won't lie, at first I thought, why would anyone want to be in a sorority? But I later found that it was the sorority that helped me develop as a person and pushed me to experience new things. I now live with one of my sisters, and I must say, anyone who could put up with my Disney singing in the morning, well, she's a saint. I am an animal science major who wants to be a pharmacist and follow in the footsteps of my mom. I currently work with a great diversity of people at Texas Veterinary Medical Diagnostic Lab, or as we like to call it, TVMDL. Basically, what I do is cut up necropsies and biopsies for pathologists to look at in the histopathology lab. Moving to College Station has seriously opened my eyes to a lot of new experiences. Like, hey, who would have thought I would become best friends with a British girl who calls me brown girl? Participating in undergraduate research with folding out mares, pay for my food by cutting up animal pieces, and still have time to visit my family at least once a month. The values I acquired and the experience I have gone through shape me as a person as I am and will continue to do so. I am a child at heart and will forever live by the problem-free philosophy, Hakuna Matata. Because in the end, the words won't matter, and the hard times will only build me up. Thanks and giggle.
Yay!